Welcome back to Refined. I'm Guard Swanson. Well, things are starting to get serious on this season of The Bachelorette. More men are going home, and the connections are growing, but not without some obstacles in the way. Here's our Refined Bachelor Roundtable to break it all down.
Tonight, we get a classic two-on-one date between Bennett and Noah. But first, let's talk about last week's episode. It opens with a singing competition for one-on-one time with Tayshia. And these guys, calling what they did songwriting, feels a bit aggressive.
You put the T in my heart, you put the A in let's start.
You don't need no Harvard degree to be in Paris eating brie with me.
You know who stood out on this date is my personal favorite and star of this whole episode, basically, for me, in my heart, Ivan, who made the bold move of having Tayshia come up and sit next to him while he performed his song.
You're smart, sexy, and passionate, and I can see you as my wife.
Honestly, it's stunning that none of the other dudes thought that this would be a good idea, because ultimately, that is what won Ivan the competition, was having an intimate moment with Tayshia on stage, and that allowed him to have a more intimate date with her during the evening.
I think this is the most real date and conversation that I've ever seen on the show. It was so wholesome and genuine, and you could tell they were just having a good time. And then they moved to this conversation that touches on these things that are really impacting them, not only this year, but their whole lives.
My brother used to tell me stories about how these COs, correctional officers, literally beat him up. And I felt so bad because my first question was well, Gabe, what did you do? But it doesn't matter.
Hearing people yell Black Lives Matter is just it hit me more than I realized, just because those are people in my backyard that I've been trying to prove for so long that I'm the same as them.
Yeah.
While during the filming of all this, COVID is happening and the Black Lives Matter movement is happening, and they address it and they talk about how emotional and what it means to them, which is kind of truly groundbreaking for the Bachelor franchise to address something like this on the show.
So we go from a serious, moving one-on-one date with Tayshia and Ivan to maybe the complete opposite, something that is far from serious and much more leaning towards the hilarious, which is the next group date.
And they kind of set these guys on a series of truth or dares, and it was awkward, but it was hilarious.
Tayshia, this one's for you.
Chug! Chug! Yes.
I'm gonna need a signature in a nice dark place.
But ultimately gives the rose to Zach. So then it comes my favorite part of the entire episode, hands down favorite part, is when our boy Ed wants to finally go into Tayshia's room after all the dates are over and get some one-on-one tip. He wants to knock on her door.
Chris. Ed, how's it going?
It's 2:30 in the morning. What are you doing?
The devil works hard. The Bachelor producers work harder. And all I could think that whole time was how jealous I was, because I would pay big, big money to have a glass of wine with Chris Harrison.
The best part about this is that Ed's hunt for Tayshia's room is happening at the same time that Ben is hunting for Tayshia's room. And let's be very clear, the producers sent Ben the right way and Ed over to Chris's room. Ben...
I'm sure I wasn't gonna let another day go by and not kiss you.
Yeah.
Ben is starting to emerge as a front runner, I believe. There's a reason we've gotten a lot of Ben without a true one-on-one date yet, and it's because Tayshia likes the guy.
So that's when we get to the cocktail party and where all of the drama of the whole episode really starts. And surprise, surprise, it centers around Abby's favorite, Noah.
Former favorite. I said last week, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about him next week. And I was absolutely right. He definitely started a little drama.
It has been frustrating seeing them discredit your thought process through this.
My integrity.
Yeah.
Let's be very clear. What Noah did was downright devious. While the guys may have had a problem with Noah crashing the date, they didn't take that next step of saying, we're questioning Tayshia's judgment. That was Noah planting the seed and then letting it bloom.
I'm a grown woman and I can make decisions based off of what I want to do. And if you're gonna be questioning me, I'll gladly walk you outside.
And I didn't really appreciate the way that Tayshia handled it, because she just kind of took Noah's word for it. And it got real awkward after she left, because all the dudes were like, Noah, you talked to her last. What did you say? and Bennett lays in to Noah.
There's 0% chance that you end up with Tayshia. Everyone here knows it. She will know it very soon. I'm sorry to be the one that tells you the truth.
Bennett verbally destroys Noah in like essentially 2 sentences.
So it looks like there might be a 2-on-1 date tonight to finally settle the score and see who she really wants to keep more, Noah or Bennett.
The Bachelorette airs Tuesday nights right here on Como 4. Seattle Refined will be right back.